So I've been having these like semi-prophetic nightmares. It's like, and then when I wake up out from the nightmare, there's something happens in the news. Like before the CJNJ or whatever made their ultimatum uh, to they actually expected people to turn in the ones that helped to catch El Mencho, and or they were gonna just start like going around and like killing civilians or something like that. Like I had this dream. It was not Mexicans though. It was like black gangs, right? And they were like missing. I don't know what it was. Like somebody stole some work or something. Like, you know how they call the drugs work, or somebody. I don't know. There was some. They were just pissed off at somebody, and they were saying like, if like we don't want, like, don't make us go and fucking knock on your door. And then like that I heard like a gunshot, and then I heard another door getting knocked on, and then eventually they were knocking on my door, and I was like hiding like under the bed or something like that. Like at first I kept hearing my door slam and open like the wind, so I went to go close it, and then I don't know, I heard this voice saying like, get away from that door, you know what I mean, like somebody inside the, I don't know, dreams are weird, they don't make no sense. And then and then I wake up and there was that, like chaos, and like, they were like threatening to attack like, civilians or some shit like that. Then I just had another one today, but it was not black gangs. It was like Mexican gangs. They were all like, they were fighting each other too, and they were also mad about like a statement that I made or something like that. It was like they were then like they were like trying to chainsaw through the garage or something like this. Like it was weird. I grabbed the chainsaw and bent it and twisted it up. Like, how do you twist up the end of a chainsaw? And then they brought another tool, and I just like grabbed it and pulled it out of their hands. And then there were like another tool. Like, I don't know how, like, it's weird. Dreams are so weird, and you get more scared in dreams than I think that you like in dreams. I'm like a biggest wimp, and then it's like I wake up and it's like, what the fuck, I totally would have handled that a different way or something, but no, it was a bunch of like Mexican gangs, which I always stigmatize them of easily making mistaken identity, right? So it's like they're like, no, like in real life they're like normal. Like some of them are more normal. Like you find in gangs that there are like actually reasonable and decent people in gangs too. But in here they were just all asshole, and they were like I don't know, they like, it was so weird because it brought me back to high school, and like I'm like still a little bit delirious because in between waking up, like, I know the fuck that there's no way that you could have been in high school as an adult, you know what I mean? Like, what are you, flunky? Like, you went back like some kind of flunky or something. So weird. But I hope it's not anything prophetic or anything, because they're like related to this statement, like how it was there's probably some chasing the snake people stuff. They're still fucked up from the slave trade. Not Mexicans, but something, because it doesn't stick to the group of whoever it is that's doing it, you know what I mean? It's like in the first one it was like black people, then it turned out to be CJNJ. Now I'm having a dream about like Mexican gangs. They were all wearing red, but they were fighting each other like they were two different gangs. uh and then like they were mad at me because of a statement. And like most recently it was like this, like I'm supposed to be like, like how they say fascists are like anti-Semitic and Nazi racist and everything, that like all this shit that has nothing to do with anything. There's these two conscious communities. Before you start a conscious community, there's the implication that you're trying to escape something. You're trying to get away from the zombies or somebody, like, and like I was correcting the people who talk about the Nagas as being these like subterranean snake people, but not taking into mind that the snake reference has to do with the pre-Diluvian Typhonians with the snake on their headdress thing that like the Egyptians wore, that has a snake popping out of the forehead with these two red eyes. Subterranean is reference to the remnant of pre-Diluvian Typhonians that the flood of Noah didn't kill. Like that's like an allegory. Like it didn't kill off the ancient people. Like, like they didn't, like God didn't kill all those ancient people and just save Noah. But they're making the story of Africa and ancient Asia, the Naga, right, into these like peroxide blonde, like having like video game characters, and for like, like cartoons and like Pixar and shit like that. And I was correcting that, like like that is some kabuki theater that, like, what is it, people are always talking about Masons this, Masons that, and even that Masons aren't all bad. Like a lot of the drive behind some of these ancient alien stories is covering up, or I don't have a better word to say whitewash. I should say whitewash, because I don't have a better word. I don't mean to say like, whitewash, like you're some kind of Nazi or something. Like you might actually just been, that might have been the first thing you've seen, but it is it's not like, the first type. It's not the first time that Nagas were mentioned. The first mention of Nagas is referencing the type of boats that these seafaring African tribe had, that allowed them to travel on the current between Africa and Indonesia, and how there's like this tribe in Indonesia that has the most African traits in, like, of anybody, including in Africa. And they're like a you can see like the phenotypes for every race that came from that group. And so like you could say like some element of Masons wanted to cover it up, or they wanted to make it acceptable for like for the Asians and like the Japanese, like anime and stuff, like where Nagas are like characterized in like these like Hollywood like type of like features and video games and shit. So dude got on my case a little bit for commenting because I didn't read like the goofy kabuki theater whitewash version. And it was like because it was like he's trying to gatekeep over it now, like I don't think he intentionally, like that. I could have just as easily been on his side of the conversation, and he could have been on my side. He believes he saw a dog man, So I don't want to take that away from him, because he could have just been branching out his channel to be more open-minded to other phenomenon, like of the supernatural or cryptid, and he could have just been open-minded and just like didn't know. So I don't want to say like, oh, you know, you're helping to whitewash history, you know what I mean? I just wanted him to look up the reference. He wanted me to read some, like, you know, for all I know, it is the you know, the arcane, you know, type of like spoof science, spirit science, new age tangential, right? Like it's even not, it's not such a bad thing to work with those fallacies, but it's just like you got to be careful. So like you know, people, it's like if you want to take away their comfort zone or their nice little like paradise that they've gotten accustomed to, you can admire it, like it must be nice, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, I'm not gonna jump down this rabbit hole and get misled by this tangential that just came on after to sensationalize something and also cover up a part of history, like something that they would be like jealous of, I guess, because it's like you're trying to say that they had the blueprint for, like, you know, mankind, and you know what I mean, and you're like, you know, it's like a trip, like, damn, like, you know, on one end, like, people are saying like, oh, you believe in fascism, you know what I mean, like, you asshole, but at the same time, like, you guys believe in the lizard people instead of like those are like black people, like, and you say that they're like living underground, like reptilians, and they're dark and evil, and the Dracos and everything, and then there's like another type of Draco that's going to be like much worse and like way like more powerful, and the Dracos are scared of the red Dracos, the red, you know, like a lot of African people had that red hair and shit. I could have I could have descended from those things. You're like, because, you know, like, I have red black people in my like my dad is one, right? But anyway, fuck, I had these like Mexicans fucking trying to chainsaw my garage door.